Medical professionals were among the first to receive the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine in Missouri. We'll hear from one of them about how things are going 24 hours later.
Snow days may be a thing of the past here at McDonald County High School as the district works to keep students engaged even when the weather gets bad. I'm Zach Dodge with the story.
The 4 states most watched news starts now.
24 hours after receiving one of the first COVID-19 vaccines in the area, one Mercy employee is sharing her story. This is KOAM News at 6. In addition to her story, KOAM's Chris Warner also spoke with a Freeman cardiologist who's been dealing with patients concerned about getting this vaccine.
This is Donna Stokes getting her COVID vaccine Tuesday at Mercy. She was one of 6 employees that got the vaccine and shared how she's feeling.
I am great. I have a very little sore spot on my arm. That's it. So I'm definitely one of those that apparently is not going to show side effects to the first dose of the vaccine. So all is well.
Dr. John Cox is a cardiologist at Freeman Health System. He says he's been fielding a number of calls and questions from patients with concerns about getting the vaccine. He says a lot of that concern comes from rumors spreading on social media.
The people have said microchips, for goodness sakes. Most people's lives are not that interesting that some nefarious people would microchip them, Second, people say, well, the messenger RNA is going to deform our DNA and give us cell mutations. Well, the messenger RNA doesn't get in the cell nucleus. It stays out in the cytoplasm. There's no way it can do that.
He says the best source of information is fact.
The simple answer is the data from 75,000 volunteers in the 2 studies that have been published so far indicate the complication rate is very similar to that of the flu vaccine. You have a little sore arm, maybe an ache in your muscles, maybe a low-grade fever for 24 hours, but that's basically it.
Stokes says she's hopeful the healthcare industry stepping up first will set the tone.
Healthcare stepping up and taking the vaccine is a twofold. It hopefully will give the community confidence, but it will also keep our nurses and doctors and all of our ancillary staff able to continue to work to take care of those that are ill.
In Joplin, Chris Warner, KOAM News.
As of right now, Mercy is not mandating the vaccine for its employees. However, they are hopeful that as more staff members take the vaccine, it's going to encourage those who are hesitant to step up and get the vaccine as well. The Jasper County Health Department is reporting 2 more COVID-19 related deaths. The patients were both men, one in his 60s, the other in his 70s. This latest death toll brings the total to 92. Doug Hetty joining us now with our first look at weather. Most of the snow is gone. Still cold though, man, right?
Yeah, we just could not warm up for us today. Temperatures struggled to get even above 30 degrees. Most of us sat upper 20s to about 30 throughout the daytime hours. Our average high is 47. Of course, it's going to be a cold night tonight. We still have the clouds out there, and I actually think even as the clouds break up, we're going to get some fog, which is going to be building in. Just due to the moisture in the lower levels of the atmosphere, the winds are going to be light. But besides that, a cold night and some patchy fog, we are going to start to see some improvements next couple days. Next system pulling into the Pacific Northwest. That will start to affect us late in the daytime hours on Friday. It's cold right now, 28 to about 30, 32 degrees. We'll slowly drop into the mid-20s later on tonight. But again, we do have improvements over the next few days. We're going to look at that here in just a bit.
Doug, thanks as always. So as we get further into winter, students across the 4 states may be waiting for those snow days. Who didn't, right? But for one local district, those days are going to look a bit different. KOAM's Zach Dodge has this story.
Teacher Marguerite Lapine is going through a lot of change this year. It's her first year at McDonald County High School, her first year teaching in Missouri, and she's doing it during a pandemic.
So that's a new thing to try too. There's a lot of firsts this year.
Another first this year for everyone in Mack County. Snow days aren't really snow days anymore.
Our kids have already lost so much time in learning due to last spring's closure. And so we really feel like there are gains that need to be made, and we want to take advantage of every second of learning that we can.
The district has decided to turn those short-term school closures into remote learning days, called AMI days, so that students don't miss learning or have to go back and make up work.
I
have mixed feelings because as someone of my age, and I'm pretty young still, I remember getting days off for snow. And so there's a part of me that really wants my students to be able to experience that. And then I also understand the other side of it, which is that our students have missed a lot of opportunities.
Monday was their first AMI day, and so far the idea seems to be working pretty well.
At first I was a little upset because I like snow days and stuff, but it wasn't too bad at all for me because like I said, I could get work done and still enjoy the snow and have fun.
So I tried to find a balance with our snow day, virtual day, and try to encourage them to enjoy having time to be at home and to do something different, but also remind them that they can still use that time to be productive for their learning goals.
They had their students fill out different containers and then measure the containers of snow in terms of inches, so the kids were still outside and engaged. So I think we're trying to find ways to make sure that's still not lost, but yet we're still able to continue learning too.
In McDonald County, Zach Dodge, KOAM News.
The change was approved for the remainder of the year. At the end of the school year, though, the district plans to evaluate how it went before making a long-term decision. The Nevada, Missouri Fire Department releases more information about a building collapse. The department received a call a little before 5 yesterday that this building on the intersection of Cherry and Cedar collapsed. No one was inside at the time and there were no injuries. Crews worked late overnight to bring the building down to safe height so it wouldn't pose a danger to nearby structures. KBI says a Lynn County man intentionally crashed his car into his mother's car. It happened yesterday in Parker, Kansas. Authorities say the suspect was driving in his pickup when he crashed into the car his mother was driving, then turned around and hit her car again. The suspect's mother died at the scene. The suspect was arrested on second-degree murder charges. Formal charges are pending. Still ahead, Longhorn Steakhouse whips up some grub for the heroes on the front lines of the fight against COVID-19. Plus, Irving Elementary students in Joplin are showing off their festive side. We're going to tell you how that's benefiting the Ronald McDonald House. And a Webb City Card is joining the Wildcats over in Manhattan. Some Joplin healthcare workers received breakfast on the house. Specifically, Longhorn Steakhouse today served free pancakes for Freeman Health System employees. It was Longhorn's way of saying thank you during this pandemic.
What we could impact the most is that the essential workers, especially the hospital workers, are underappreciated and undervalued appreciation for all that they do.
Employees were treated to that breakfast at Freeman West until noon.
This time of year, especially with COVID and everything going on, so we just wanted to give back to them a little bit and show them our
today. Students at Irving Elementary in Joplin are in the holiday spirit, and they're sharing some of that spirit with the Ronald McDonald House. Kids at Irving participated in Spirit Week, in which they came to school dressed up as a different Christmas theme. Each day they dressed up, they also brought in items for the Ronald McDonald House, things like microwavable foods and gift cards. The Irving Student Council chose to give to the Ronald McDonald House, and good for them. KOM Toy Box campaign has come to an end. This year and the past 31, you've given money to the campaign, and we've turned that money into toys for some area kids in need. And now, those toys are gone. 5 Star Moving came by our studio today to pick up the toys as they begin their journey to their new homes. We sincerely want to thank each one of you for your generosity. Webb City standout running back Devin Weathers signing today to play football at K-State. Weathers was the COC Offensive Player of the Year this season for Webb City and was a first-team All-State selection. He helps lead the Cards to the Class 4 state championship last season, the 15th title in program history. He will now make the jump to play in the Big 12.
I think the coaches really reaching out and just showing how much they cared about us as players and how keeping it family-oriented just led me to school.
Joplin's Alex Curry also signed this afternoon to join the football program at Division I Southeast Missouri State. We're going to hear from Curry tonight at 10. He's playing football, not softball. Doug Hitty is up next with his complete forecast, and a little later, Missouri's Teacher of the Year overcame a surprising history to become one of the most beloved educators in the state.
Well, of course, it turned out to be a very cold, cloudy, nasty winter day for us today. After the light snow we had yesterday evening into the overnight hours, none really officially after midnight, but for the season in Joplin, about a half an inch, which is not very impressive, but a few inches in our southern counties due to the Sunday storm. Average snow per season here, it used to be about 17, and then over the past 20 years, it's only 12 as our climate warms just a bit. But forecast for this year is 15. Last year, we had 9.5 inches of snow. Kind of flipped the script so far in December. Last week, it was great. We were above normal. We had the record high 75 on Thursday. Since about then, we've been in the 30s, and we just haven't gotten out of the 30s, but we are going to start to warm back up a bit over the next couple days. Not right now, 29 Iola, Indy 32, Miami 29, and Pittsburgh. Neosho is sitting at 31, and we still have cloudy skies. It's cold, 30 in Joplin. West winds are light, but look at our humidity. It's 82%, so we have light winds, high humidity. We're not going to get any rain or snow, but I do think we'll start to get some fog building in later on tonight as our temperatures drop back into the mid-20s. So a cold night, and down to about 25 or 26 degrees. So we still have the clouds, but the clouds are going to slowly break up over the next few hours, and then eventually that fog will start to build in. So it doesn't really matter if the clouds break up or not, but we will get the sunshine once again for us tomorrow. Major nor'easter rolling right through New England. Very heavy amounts of snow from Philly, New York, upwards toward Boston, Pittsburgh. This is the same system that gave us just the half inch of snow last night. Our next system, the Pacific Northwest. This system will start to affect us by Friday night into Saturday morning. At least for tonight, we just had the fog, mid-20s. Fog burns off. It looks a little bit better for us tomorrow. We're going to get some sunshine. Temperatures are going to warm up. 42 by noon. High temp right around 46 during the afternoon hours. Pretty much clear skies tomorrow night, and then late tomorrow night into Friday, we'll start to get some clouds increasing. A lot of clouds on Friday, but our temperatures even warmer as we should warm to about 53 by the time we head into Friday afternoon. Then that next storm system increases. We'll start to get some rain showers spreading in Friday night. Temperatures near 40 will drop into the 30s Saturday morning. There is a chance we could switch over or at least mix with a little bit of snow briefly Saturday morning, so we're going to watch that. And then Saturday, just kind of cloudy and cold as well. So we have that one system, and then Sunday looks good. Monday looks good. Tuesday looks pretty good. We're going to be into the 50s to near 60. Then we have a storm system on Wednesday. This could give us a few showers, maybe a few snow showers, but much colder temperatures work in by the time we head into Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Not really much of a chance for a white Christmas, but we are going to at least be cold on Christmas, which I guess makes it a little more seasonable. 46 for us tomorrow, 53 on Friday, that rain working in late. Most of the weekend looks pretty good. Look at Monday, 60, and then on Wednesday, slight chances for rain. Will cool right back down for Christmas.
Good night tonight to enjoy that heat in the car, in the building, wherever. Just enjoy it.
Yeah, or stay in.
Yeah, stay in. Yeah, Doug Hetty, thank you. Still ahead, from former St. Louis gang member to nominee for Teacher of the Year, we're going to tell you about Darian Cockrell's against all odds journey to success.
Doug Hetty.
With distance learning separating so many students from their teachers, one candidate for National Teacher of the Year worries that some may fall through the cracks because it almost happened to him. St. Louis area PE teacher Darian Cockrell says educators saved his life, and that's inspired him to help a new generation of students build up their bodies and minds. Errol Barnett shows us his against all the odds journey to success.
3, 2, 1. It's easy to see why Mr. DC, as his students call him, he go, was named Missouri's Teacher of the Year.
Who was the most popular teacher in school?
Mr. DC.
But some students at Crestwood Elementary School near St. Louis were surprised to learn recently Mr. DC used to go by a much different name.
6 Deuce 87 Kitchen Crip Gangster. Yep. Your 2021 Missouri Teacher of the Year used to be in a gang.
A gang he joined at just 9 years old in this North St. Louis neighborhood that's 15 minutes and what seems like a world away from the suburban school where he teaches today.
I felt like I was born just to fail. Like, my mother was a drug addict, my father was murdered when I was 4 years old.
Cockrell felt destined for that fate or jail.
This is actually where my little brother was murdered.
Early on, Cockrell's grandmother swooped in to save him.
Man, I feel sorry for my grandmother because she had to put up with so much. We didn't have Mr. DCs who can help us and support us and get us through those tough times, and she did everything by herself. Sorry.
Eventually, school and sports became his refuge. In 8th grade, he was adopted by his football coach.
No, I am not Michael Orr from The Blind Side, although I did have dreams of the NFL.
But he was more inspired by educators, so Cockrell became a teacher, landing here at Crestwood Elementary School.
How did you get to Crestwood?
I took a cab.
That laugh makes the fun infectious in his classes.
Whenever you're sad, he cheers you up.
How can a teacher tell when students are sad?
I have no idea. It's a magical power.
He teaches us how to stay healthy and have fun at the same time.
Something Cockrell shares online in workout videos with his 3-year-old son, Dawson. Now Cockrell's competing to be National Teacher of the Year.
Okay, so perfect.
He's only been an educator for under a decade, but in reality, Mr. DC brings a lifetime of experience.
I've seen so many bad things, and I'm just so happy that I'm alive, that I have a job that I love. So if people are tired of me laughing, being positive, and giggling all the time, they're just gonna have to get used to it.
Errol Barnett, CBS News.
What a neat story. Congratulations, Mr. Cockrell. 2 men are arrested in connection with the shooting deaths of a Willard, Missouri couple. According to police, 28-year-old Alexander Shute and 30-year-old Brianna Sproul were shot on their porch back on November 14th. Willard Police Chief Tom McLean said the 2 were targeted. Since then, police have arrested 18-year-old Theron Plum, who is accused of helping dispose of the gun used in the murders. The latest arrest is Plum's relative, Matthew Plum. He's accused of actually disposing of that gun. There are other suspects in the case, including the alleged shooter, but police are not releasing any names until formal charges have been filed. 18-year-old Theron Plum was charged with tampering with physical evidence in a felony prosecution. Final check of the forecast next. We take time now to honor a local veteran, Daniel C. Fullhart, the Mulberry. He's tonight's 4-State hero. To learn more about all of our 4-State heroes, or if you'd like to nominate your own, just go ahead and log on to our website. See it right there at the bottom of your screen, KOAMNewsNow.com. The Kansas native served in the U.S. Navy, also the Kansas National Guard, and we are proud to salute Daniel C. Fullhart. Doug Eddy, I like your suggestion earlier. Keep warm, just stay inside for tonight.
Yeah, you really might as well, because we're going to be into the mid-20s for overnight lows. We are going to get some fog too, so be careful if you are going to be out on the roadways. We do improve a bit over the next couple days. We start to warm up, 46 tomorrow, into the 50s by Friday, but some rain showers rolling in Friday night.
All right, that'll do it for us. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you right back here at 10.